All right, so let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about a totally new way to get our heads around economics. And this all comes straight from a really fascinating research paper by Mario Arturo Ruiz Estrada. What's so cool about it? It's this idea of mixing old school hands on creativity with some seriously powerful new AI.
You know, have you ever felt like economics is just kind of confusing, super abstract? I mean, let's be real. For a lot of us, it feels like this big, messy pile of graphs and confusing words that have like nothing to do with our actual lives. It just doesn't feel real.
But what if you could actually build it, like with your own hands? And what if you could then team up with AI to bring that creation to life? That's the big, kind of wild idea we're going to unpack right now.
So economics is getting a makeover. This is a whole new approach to understanding some really complex ideas. The paper introduces this new method that's all about turning economics from something you just read about into something you can actually do. Okay, the official name is AIEM-Prototyping. I know, it's a mouthful, right? It stands for Artificial Intelligence Economic Models Prototyping. But the idea behind it is actually super simple. You take a concept from economics, you build a physical model of it, and then you let an AI chatbot analyze it. It's all about making these abstract ideas totally practical and visual. And this isn't just some random idea. There's a whole method to it. The paper lays out a 5-stage journey that takes you all the way from theory to reality. So let's walk through it. So here are the 5 stages. First, you've got to learn the basics. No shortcuts. You got to understand the core concepts. Then you get to create. You actually build a physical prototype. After that, you capture it. Take some good photos or videos. Step 4 is where you enhance it, using an AI chatbot for analysis and visualization. And finally, you present it all, a report, slides, maybe even a video. It's the whole process, from A to Z. Now, here's what I think is so cool about this. It all starts with a human, not a machine. This whole thing is about where human creativity takes the lead, especially at the beginning. You can really see it as a human-AI partnership. On one side, you have the human role. This is where imagination, creativity, logical reasoning, and, of course, the actual physical building comes in. Then the AI steps in to do what it does best, analyzing the prototype, creating realistic visuals, helping with writing, and beefing up the research. It's a team effort, for sure. And that building process is so important. You start with your imagination. You're encouraged to mix art and design and use whatever materials you can get your hands on. Paper, plastic, clay, you could even 3D print something. The whole point is to make a tangible, physical thing out of an idea that was just floating around in your head. Okay, so you've got your physical model. Now it's time to add a little AI magic. This is where ChatGPT comes in and really transforms your creation. So how do you prompt ChatGPT for success? Well, it's a few steps. First, you upload a high-quality photo or video of what you built. Then, and this is key, you write a super precise, clear, and detailed description of it. Then you ask the AI to turn that into a realistic image or video. And it can even help you write and edit your analysis. The paper makes it really clear. The better your prompt, the better the output. And you'll see a huge improvement in your research quality. But okay, does this actually make a difference? I mean, is all this building stuff worth it? Well, we're about to see the stunning difference. The power of a physical prototype is, well, you'll see. So what's the payoff? Let's take a look at an experiment from the paper, because this is where it gets really good. First up, experiment number 1. Here, they just used ChatGPT without a prototype. The request was pretty standard. Generate a 3D graph showing how tariffs and inflation affect economic vulnerability. And the results? You get a standard theoretical 3D graph. I mean, it's technically right, but it's totally abstract. It's hard to look at that and really get what it means for the real world. But then, check out experiment 2. This time, they used ChatGPT with a prototype. The request was totally different. Analyze this physical prototype and create a high-resolution visualization. And the result? Wow. It's a high-res, super easy to evaluate model. Suddenly, the whole concept becomes realistic, practical, and something you can actually work with. The difference is just night and day. So, you see results like that, and you start to wonder, is this the future of learning? This really forces us to think about balancing all this amazing innovation with good old-fashioned human insight. I mean, the benefits of this AIM prototyping are pretty clear, right? It turns economics into something you can do with your hands. It makes really complex stuff way easier to understand and visualize. It actually enhances students' sensory and cognitive experiences. It's just a powerful new tool for teaching and for research. But there's a really important warning here, and I love this quote from the author, Mario Arturo Ruiz Estrada. He says, "The role of AI chatbots is to complement and enhance, but never to serve as the final answer." That really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it?
And that brings us to the crucial point. There's a real risk here. If we rely too much on AI, we could start to lose our own creativity and our ability to think for ourselves. The goal isn't to let the AI do the thinking for us. It's to use it to make our own thinking even better. Which leaves us with this one big question to think about. If we can learn a complex subject like economics by building it first, what else could this work for? Physics? Biology? Maybe even something like philosophy? It really makes you wonder about the future of learning and how we can use this amazing partnership between our own creativity and technology to see the world in a completely new light.